Hi guys and welcome back to CryptoChester. I'm here today to talk to you about PancakeSwap. Now the coin Cake has been doing very well recently, and in this video we're going to be covering this from a fundamental perspective, a technical analysis perspective, and then getting into a very big juicy price prediction to see how high this asset could potentially be going inside of this insane super cycle which we are currently a part of. Okay, without further ado, let's get straight into it. If you like PancakeSwap, slap a little like on the video. It does help us out tremendously, and we always want to know your thoughts in the comment section. So PancakeSwap is the official decentralized exchange of Binance Smart Chain, BNB coins to be specific, right? And you can see this has been one of the leaders in the space for a very long time. But recently they have actually had an update which has caused the caused a bit of a spike up in the chart, okay, which we will go into very shortly. It's caused a bit of a spike up, and as is actually a revolutionary thing for a DEX to do. Now the update in question today is essentially super important, and let me explain to you guys. So Cake price surged over 30% in the past month as traders increasingly incentivized to buy and hold Cake in order to qualify for real-time fee discounts. So basically, if you hold Cake as a coin, you're going to be getting real-time discounts on your swaps, okay? Let me explain a bit further for you guys that don't really understand. Now, this works as volume-based discounts. So the more Cake that you hold, okay, Cake as in being the token, it basically makes you more eligible for discounts through different swaps. So we're talking Ethereum to USDT, we're talking USDT to USDC, and many other pairs. So basically what they are doing now, instead of doing like a liquidity pool method, so you have to like stake in liquidity pools to basically get a bigger discount on your fees. Instead, what they've done, they've transitioned into a different model where basically you have to hold stake in order to qualify for discounts. So what this does, it basically puts PancakeSwap on a bit of a pedestal, okay? Because obviously there's a lot of other decentralized exchanges out there at the moment competing here for just the daily volume in the space. And obviously PancakeSwap was one of the leaders with Uniswap back in 2021, around that sort of era when we saw that massive bull run take place. But now obviously you've got stuff like Radium and Jupiter on Solana, which does take a lot of the volume here, especially in the meme coin space, right? So PancakeSwap has shifted to this sort of model, which has naturally caused the price of Cake to surge, okay? And that has been a very interesting thing to watch here, because people want discount on their fees. They want cheaper transaction fees across the board when trading, okay? So that's the update there for PancakeSwap. Let's go over and see how it's been doing here from just sort of an update perspective, and then we're going to go into the chart and look at some TA. Okay, so the last day, you're talking around 4.74%, not too bad. Been sort of ranging here in the last sort of 12 hours or so. In the last 7 days, you can see surging 18.27%. More likely yesterday here, we did see this take place here, a massive explosion from $2.30 to all the way up to around $2.90 here. Now currently sat around $2.80 with a market cap just under $900 million. Now on the monthly here, guys, it's actually up 38%. So this is actually a really nice stable uptrend here. I probably would expect a little bit of a pullback here, but we will see in the chart very shortly. Just quickly, guys, if you're looking for an exchange to trade Cake on, go check out BingX. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys. There's a massive promotion on right now. We can actually win an iPhone, and they're also offering a 20% deposit bonus. So if you deposit, say, $2,000, you will get $400 for free in trading vouchers. And anything you make on those trading vouchers, you actually get to keep here. So you can deposit money, and then you can even withdraw the money if you want, claim the vouchers, and then just trade with the vouchers. It's very simple. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys to go check that out. Now, let's get into the chart and let's really see where this thing could be going, how high it can be going in this super cycle, and how we can make some money. Okay, so as I said, we were talking about the idea of basically a bit of a pullback, okay? A bit of a pullback after such a sharp parabolic spike to the upside. You can see mostly when we see these parabolic moves to the upside, we usually have a significant pullback afterwards. And right now, you can see it happened from this area, and we had a pullback right down to all major moving averages. Now, right now, we're actually sat on quite a pinnacle resistance point. You can see resistance. Haven't had resistance here just yet, but genuinely, we do see quite a lot of strong resistance in this zone. Now, there is a couple things we can be doing here. We can actually be looking for a breakout, because you can see we do obviously have resistance, as I said, in these areas, but we also have a trend line coming up like that, and that does actually form what we call an ascending triangle. Excuse the drawing. Ascending triangle. Now, ascending triangles tend to usually break to the upside, guys, and there is a lovely pocket here of profit. Pocket of profit, I like that we can be using here and basically taking advantage of, and it is around 15%. So if we do see us come up to this area, see a couple of valid candle body closes like we did see here, nice test of some maybe 7 SMA here on the daily time frame, and then we can actually probably long this asset for this lovely breakout here. Obviously, depending on the rest of the market. That's one option that could happen. Or the next option that could also happen, which is, in my opinion, a bit more likely, but again, depending on Bitcoin here, it's because Bitcoin obviously controls the market mostly, with Bitcoin dominance sat around 64. It's usually going to do that. So if Bitcoin dumps, Cake will dump as well. Now you can see we actually have had strong resistance from these zones in previous price action. We are at the top of this lovely upward sloping parallel channel as well. You can see this drawn on my chart. Usually this means, guys, we're probably going to pull back. Okay, so if we do see probably another test to the upside here, and then a candle body close below this trend line that we are seeing here, probably would expect a nice little move. Nothing too crazy, probably 6, 7, 8% there, down to the previous high that we have seen at roughly around $2.60. Remember, guys, we have seen an aggressive pump to the upside. 18 to 20% we did see there, and currently on that pullback, so up around, as we said, around 18% here over on the last 7 days. So it's very likely that we do see an easy 7% pullback. Very easy. Now, into a price prediction. Before we get into the price prediction, guys, if you're finding any value here or you like my videos, please subscribe, join the Telegram, and also drop a little like on the video. It does help us out tremendously as well. Now, let's get into it. Let's get into the juicy price prediction that we all want to see. Now, I did a little bit of research on this earlier, and what I did, I actually went back onto the previous bull market. Okay, the previous bull market all-time high market cap, which was around $6.56 billion. Now, please take into consideration, this was way before the Solana meme craze took off, and BNB was a massive hub for meme coin trading. So a lot of volume, and a lot of reason why Cake did very well is because PancakeSwap was that hub. Now, unfortunately, there is a lot of other platforms and new blockchains in the space right now that are hosting memes. You've even got Casper launching its own meme coins now. Okay, Sui, they're launching their own meme coins here. Well, people are launching meme coins on their chain, which does extract volume from traditional chains like traditional chains like BNB, which is obviously PancakeSwap is the DEX for that. So in terms of us actually getting to that $6 billion valuation again, it's quite hard to say. Okay, it's quite hard to say. In my opinion, it's probably quite unlikely that we're going to see PancakeSwap at a $40 valuation again. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Now, if we're looking at lower highs and areas where we could actually get to and test again, you could say $25. You can say $5 billion. You could probably say even $3 billion is on the cards. Okay, for me, a reasonable price prediction for this asset in the next sort of year, I would say, is probably roughly at around $10. Okay, so you can actually see here on the way down after this massive crash here back in 2021. In 2022, we actually did see quite a nice spike here for BNB up to major moving averages here, slapping that $10.82 per coin. Okay, and you can see here that this area is quite a strong area of confluence just in general. So in terms of a target for this asset over the next sort of year or so, maybe going to happen sooner, maybe not. I do think that $10.82 is a very reasonable target, and I think that is a very easy price prediction here for us to aim for. If we look at just the general spikes that we have seen this year and the volume that we have seen from that, so you can see here, obviously November into the end of last year, we saw BNB obviously, Cake obviously explode right up to $4.50, all the way down from $1.18 here, and you can see obviously at the end of 2023 as well, we did see the same scenario coming through. So it is susceptible to market trends and macro market moves. Okay, so what we're probably looking for now is the same sort of thing happening here, but you can see the volume is kind of on a decline here from what we did see over the last sort of couple of years. So what we're sort of looking for here is that initial break here. Let me just get a trend line in there. It's gonna be easier. Yeah, as you can see, we're gonna be looking for this initial break around 360, 369, and then I think just a nice smooth run, smooth uptrend, obviously depending on the markets and how they're reacting, up to $10.82 is very, very achievable. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section of whether you think that's good TA and whether you think that that cake is going to explode. And also, guys, I want to know when you actually got into crypto and when you did you trade on PancakeSwap? Have you done that before? Because I know quite a lot of the new traders out there have never even touched PancakeSwap because they're all Solana junkies, right? But yeah, I want to know. Let me know. If you found any sort of value here, drop it a like again. I'll leave a link to the Telegram, free Telegram community in the description of the video. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. If you want to join BingX, link is in the description. Massive bonuses there as well. Peace out for now, and I'll see you in the next one.